Hello student, I am Dilip Gupta, your chemistry teacher. Today we are discuss about the class 11 first chapter some basic concept of chemistry, lecture 15, which is the last and in-depth of these chapters. Okay, so today's is the very important topic, that is the balancing chemical equations, heat and trial method. Okay, so there are some rules you will remember here. Number one is the begin with the compound that has most atoms or most kind of atoms and use one of these atoms as the starting point. In first step you will look it here, most of the atoms which are taking part in chemical reactions are going to be balanced. Okay, second one is the balance the element that appear only once on each side of arrow. Okay, the balance the element that appear only once. First of all, we balance the element in which the element only one chance appear in a chemical reactions either left or right side of the arrow. Third one is the then balance the element that appears more than once on one side. Now we balance those elements in which they appear more than once on one side. Lastly, balance the free elements which are free form, you can balance it. Okay, so now we are applying the heat and trial method. To balance the equation, HNO3 gives NO2 plus H2O plus O2. So 2HNO3 hydrogen. First of all, we balance the hydrogen. Okay, so here hydrogen is 2. If you multiply it, H2O, there is a 2 hydrogen. If you multiply here 2, then the hydrogen will become balanced. Now we are going to be nitrogen balance. So here there is a 2 nitrogen, but here there is a single nitrogen, so you will multiply it by 2 nitrogen. Okay, and now oxygen balances, you can balance the oxygens because it exists in free form. So oxygen balance 2HNO3 gives 2NO2 plus H2O plus, look it here, 2 3 ja 6 and 2 2 ja 4, 4 oxygen here, 6 oxygens, 4 and 1 5 oxygen, so single oxygen also required. So if O2 exists in molecular form, you will multiply it by stoichiometry half, you will get the single oxygen. So 2 2 ja 4 plus 1 5 and 1 6 oxygen. So there are the 6 oxygen, and here also 2 3 ja 6 oxygen. So oxygens are balanced. Change the fractional coefficient. If you can change, this is also the right, but if you want to remove the coefficient which are exist in fractional, so in a suitable numbers you can multiply in both the side. So change the fractional coefficient into whole number, multiply by 2. So 2 2 ja 4 and 2 2 ja 4 and 2 1 ja 2, and if you multiply by 2, 2 2 will be cancel out and O2 will be exist like in free form. Okay, now another question, balance the equations ammonia plus oxygen gives NO nitric oxide plus water liquid. So first of all, you balance the nitrogen because nitrogen is single, that is the nitrogen already balanced. And now second, here hydrogen having the 3 and here hydrogen is 2. What will be the suitable numbers which you can alter and equalize the number of the hydrogen? So if you multiply here by 2, 2 3 ja 6, and here multiply by 3, 3 2 ja 6, so that hydrogen will become balanced. Now if you are going to be balance the oxygens, so what do you look it here? Look it here. Here oxygen is 2 3 and 2 5, and here oxygen is 2. So how can you balance it? If you multiply it by 5 by 2, 2 will be cancelled out, 5 oxygen in the left side, so the oxygen will also the balanced. But you want to remove the fractionals, so what will you do? You will multiply by 2 on the both side, that is the left and right side fractions, into the whole number. So 4 ammonia, 2 2 ja 4 and 5 2 ja 10, means 5 by 2, if you multiply by 2, 2 cancel, that is the 5 for 2, and 5 to the 10 oxygens here, and if you multiply by 2 on the right side, 2 to the 4, and here 3 to the 6. You can look at here, every elements, every atoms are balanced here. Okay, and now reactions stoichiometry. 2 hydrogen plus O2 gas gives 2 H2O liquid. It informs us that 2 molecules of hydrogen gas and 1 molecule of oxygen gas react to form 2 molecules of liquid water. These stoichiometric coefficient tells about the reaction stoichiometry. The number of the preceding the molecular formula are called the stoichiometric coefficient. The number which are represent the molecular formula, which are represented before the molecular formula, are called the stoichiometric coefficient. I have already told about these. Okay, now stoichiometric calculations. How can you calculate the stoichiometric coefficient or stoichiometric calculations? Reaction stoichiometry can be used to calculate following: the mass or volume of a reactant required for the complete consumption of a given mass or volume of another reactant. Means completely, either we are talking about the mass or volume of the reactant required for the complete consumption. If the completion of the reactions occur, then the mass and the volume of another reactant will be the same. Okay, so now student, another things, second number one is the mass or volume of the reactant required for the preparation of a given mass or volume of the product. So the mass of the volume of reactant required for the preparation of given mass or the volume, same amount of the mass and the volume for achieving your product, you can require the same volume and masses. Okay, the mass or volume of a product from that of the another product. The mass or volume of a product, any type of the reaction, the mass and the volume of the product from that of the another product. Okay, the mass or volume of the product from the given masses or volume of 2 or more than 2 reactants. Means you can look at here, the mass or the volume of the product from the given masses or volume of 2 or more than 2 reactants. If the reactant have been the 2 or more than 2 reactants, then each volume and masses can take up and take the examples in equal volume or masses. So for knowing about the moles is equal to molarity into volume in liter, and millimoles is equal to molarity into volume in milliliters. We are going to be discuss the questions. You can feel better. Questions: given the equation 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O, how many moles of the water can be formed from 2 mole of oxygens? If you take the 2 mole of oxygens, then how many moles of water will be formed? Assuming that enough hydrogen is available. If hydrogen is available is enough, then what will you do? Look here. Now we are going to be solve these problems from the equation. 1 mole of O2 forms 2 mole of water. 1 mole of O2 forms 2 mole of water. If in a questions 2 mole of O2, then how many mole of water will be formed? There is a 4 mole of water formed. 2 mole of O2 forms 2 into 2 mole of water formed. That is the 4 mole of water formed. Easily you can solve by stoichiometric coefficient. Okay. Now B point, how many mole of oxygen is needed to react with 3 mole of hydrogen? Okay, 2 mole of hydrogen requires 1 mole of O2. If 2 mole of hydrogen requires 1 mole of oxygen for completion of the reactions, then 3 mole of hydrogen requires 3 into 1 by 2 mole of oxygens. So 1.5. So 1.5 mole of oxygens are required. C questions: how many moles of hydrogen is needed to make 1 mole of water, assuming that enough oxygen is available? In this case, oxygen is enough amount. So how can you take the mole of the hydrogen? So how many mole of hydrogen required are needed? From the equation, 2 mole of hydrogen is needed to form the 2 mole of water. In a given questions, 2 mole of hydrogen are required to form the 2 mole of the water. Then 1 mole of the hydrogen is needed to form the 1 mole of water, because these stoichiometric coefficients are just equal to the stoichiometric coefficient in the given reaction. Hydrogen are equal to the water molecules, means both the stoichiometric coefficient are same. So 2 hydrogen will form the 2 water molecule. So 1 hydrogen molecule form the 1 water molecules. And D questions is, what mass of the hydrogen will react completely with 22.4 gram of oxygens? You know that the 22.4 gram of oxygen is equal to 22.4 divided by 32. Oxygens molecular weight is 32, so you will get the 0.7 mole of the oxygens. 1 mole oxygen requires 2 mole of hydrogen. 0.7 mole of oxygen requires 0.7 into 2 mole is equal to 1.4 mole of hydrogen. The mass of 1.4 mole of hydrogen is equal to 1.4 into 2 is equal to 2.8 gram. Hence 2.8 gram of hydrogen will react completely with 22.4 gram of oxygens. Okay. Now last, what mass of the oxygen is needed for the formation of 37.8 gram of water? So 37.8 gram of water is equal to 37.8 divided by 18 is equal to 2.1 mole. 2 mole of water is formed from 1 mole of oxygens. Okay. Now what we have 2.1 mole of water is formed from 2.1 into 1 by 2 mole, so 1.05 mole of oxygen. So the mass of oxygen required is equal to 1.05 mole into 32, that is the 33.6 gram. This will comes from the previous lectures, either third or fourth lectures. We have already know about the how can you find out the mass from the moles. Okay. Now the last topic is the limiting reagent. The very important, the reactant that determines the amount of the product is called the limiting reagent. The limiting reactant is completely consumed in the reactions. Means in a given chemical reactions, if the amount which is minimum amount, the reactant having the minimum amount will produces or decided the product will call the limiting reagent or limiting reactant. So now guys, today's the last chapters, first chapters of the last topic of this chapter. So I will just gives you much more questions for practice. You will do and you will feel better. Thank you.